Hi friends, it's Holly Jones from Mrs. Jones Stitches. Welcome to Flosstube number 30. Today is Thursday, May the 9th, 2024. Thank you for joining me today. If you're new to my channel, this is a channel about cross stitch patterns, fabric, thread, all the things. So, welcome. I have quite a bit to share today. Little life update. I am back doing shift work at the fire department. So we graduated April 26th and I am working 12-hour shifts now. So we are fixing to launch our ambulance service. I'm very excited and it's been great. So I'm really excited. Things at work are going well. Things at home are going well. My son gets out of pre-K next week and summer break officially begins. We are going to Florida at the end of June and we are going to be down there for about a week. I'm really looking forward to relaxing and spending some time with my family and playing on the beach. So that is a little bit with what's going on with us. So let me tell you a little bit about this episode. This episode, I have 2 whips. I don't have any new finishes and I have a ton of haul. So I can't wait to tell you a little bit about the haul, but first I'll show you my whips. I'm working on American Welcome by Plum Street Samplers. It was released this past March at Nashville Market. So there's the piece if you're not familiar with it. And I will show you my progress. I don't really believe I have a whole lot of progress since my last video. I didn't even really take it out of the hoop to prepare it, but I'm done with the majority of the top and I need to work on the lighthouse and the grass and then start filling in the water and the last little bit of words. So I love how this is turning out. This might be one of my favorite projects that I've ever worked on. This fabric is 32 count Tumbleweed by Color and Cotton. I'm doing a full Color and Cotton colored conversion on this one. I know that some of the colors that were called for are Color and Cotton, and I did not do any of the other called fors aside from the Color and Cotton called fors, and I did my entire piece in Color and Cotton. So once I have that done, I will be happy to share my color conversion on my Instagram, which is at Mrs. Jones Stitches, if you would like to know what I used. But I'm really happy with that and how it's turning out. It's been a lot of fun to work on, and I'm really ready to start filling in that water. I think that will be a really good project for the car. Oops, I need to put that pattern back in there. For the car while we're on vacation, because it is super easy to do a lot of fill-in while you're just enjoying the scenery. So my other one is a pattern and a piece I'm working with my friend Hannah. She's on Instagram at Hannah the Stitch Fairy. And I don't know if anybody else follows her. She's one of my dearest friends and I've been so tickled with her lately. So in her Instagram stories, she is sharing her, I think it was like middle school diary. She found her diary from middle school and she has all these stories that she's written and everything, and she's professing her love for her current husband Brayden, and it is gold. So if you want some really good entertainment, Hannah the Stitch Fairy on Instagram, and her diary readings they're fantastic. So it's been really fun to listen to them. Okay, so the other piece that Hannah and I are working on, look at this cute project folder. My mom made it. Super fun. Is Summer House by Blackbird Designs. And I'm stitching this in Color and Cotton. And oops, actually I have my needle kind of poking right out. Let me just put that up here. So here's my progress on this. I'm doing a color palette similar to the called for, but again, like I said, in Color and Cotton. I'm really happy with how this is turning out. It's been a really fun stitch. I love stitching houses. So hopefully I can have this done. I'm not really on a timeline. We kind of wanted to stitch something together for Stitch Mania, so this is what we decided to work on, and it's been really fun seeing the colors. We didn't tell each other the colors we were using, so it's kind of fun as we send each other progress pics to see, you know, that her pink for the hearts on her house, she chose kind of a darker, brighter pink than what I chose. So it's been really fun comparing and seeing how, even though we picked similar colors, they're quite different. They have a really different look to them. Okay, I'm gonna put this away. Now, let me tell you about the haul. So, a friend of mine, Becky, she's my local stitching friend. She's on Instagram, Crafty Mimi of 6. She sent me a Facebook post, like maybe last week before, and it was somebody local who was selling a bunch of cross stitch stuff. So I messaged the man and asked him if I could come by and take a look at it. He said he had lots and lots of boxes of things. So turns out he acquired all this cross stitch inventory because he bought a storage unit, and the storage unit was chock full of cross stitch supplies, patterns, threads, store models from a store that had closed here in our area. And the physical store closed probably 10 plus years ago here in Oklahoma City, and it moved a couple towns away, and it was a physical store there, and then it was an online only store, and the online only store closed this past summer, I think. But anyway, so he had acquired this by purchasing a storage unit. So I went to the sale and I bought a whole bunch of stuff. I got a great deal on it. So let me show you what I got. I have a lot of patterns. So we have Blackberry House by Plum Street. I don't really have any rhyme or reason for the way I'm showing this. This also came with all the called for fabric. It was like half a yard of the called for fabric. I've already put that away. So all I have right here is just the chart. I got Forget Me Not by Brenda Gervais, and this was a smaller piece of fabric, so I just kept it with the pattern. Berry Days at Thistledown Farm from Brenda Gervais. The Christmas Bird. That's from With Thy Needle also. And this has all the floss away colors, or the call for colors and floss away bags. Where Hearts Rest. And this came with all the Valdani threads. This is a Samplery Petite collection one from With Thy Needle and Thread. Sorry for the glare. We have Stitch With Me. This is a little help from our friends. Stitching Circle from the Silver Needle. I love this one. I think this would be so fun for a cross stitch retreat, for like a smalls exchange. So I definitely want to stitch that one up. What else? There were a lot of Shepherd's Bush stocking patterns. There's Peter's stocking, Tina's stocking, Mary's stocking, Christian's stocking, Oliver's stocking. And let's take a moment to appreciate how cute this little kid is. He's just darling. And Parker's stocking. And Parker's stocking is fully kitted with the called for fabric and all the pearl cotton. Also, my son's name is Parker. I've never stitched one of these before, but I freaking love that stocking. So I definitely think I want to stitch some of it. I don't want to turn it into a big stocking like this, I don't think. But I think maybe if I could make it a more manageable size, I would really love to stitch it. Or even just pulling some individual motifs from the pattern and stitching those. But I love this one, so I think I'm definitely going to end up keeping this one for sure. I have this from Shepherd's Bush that I got at the sale. This is a needle roll, and this is, what was the name of this one? I don't know. That's what the picture looks like though. So I have that, and that came with the little piece of called for fabric. And then in here, we have the called for thread, rickrack, and ribbon. Fear not needle roll. So that's kind of fun. I've never done one of those before. Plum Street Samplers Mary 3. Shepherd's Bush, Heart of My Heart. That one's kind of fun. And that came with the called for fabric, floss, and ribbon. This one is a fun one. If you know me, I love wiener dogs. I have two little wiener dogs, Molly and Penny, and this Plum Street sampler one that is called Turkey Sausage. And I just cannot get over those little doxies that look like pilgrims. They are so cute. So that pattern came with the called for fabric and all of the called for thread. So that will be really fun. And a lot of these, there's some stuff that I'm not probably gonna ever stitch or just isn't my style. So I have started listing some of that stuff on the D-Stash sites because I would love to get things that I'm not going to stitch into the hands of people who want them. I know that I have a lot of unicorns when it comes to things that I want to stitch or patterns that are out of print. And if I come across things, I want to, you know, pay it forward and list those so somebody else who will love them and stitch them can get them. So so that was some of the stuff I got. I can't wait to show you the rest. So I love Blackbird designs. If you've been following me for any amount of time, you know how much I love Blackbirds. So in that sale, I also got the entire Garden Club series. I did have a few of these, but there were several that I did not have. So I have all 12 of the Garden Club patterns. And one of the things that I really like about these too is these would be great for smalls exchanges. I love to host the smalls exchanges. Usually I do a theme. I've done one that was any pattern with Blackbird designs, any Blackbird pattern that had a flower on it. The most recent one I did was any Brenda Gervais. And I think my next one that I do is going to be any pattern with a house. So something like this would be perfect for that if you choose to participate. And the best part is if you look at the back, basically they took this pattern and they broke it up. So you have down here, you have the baskets and flowers, and then a whole nother piece, you have a house, an urn with flowers, and a bird. So two separate pieces here, and then when you look at it right here, like there's the first part and there's the second part. So you can really mix and match a lot of these motifs to make smaller pieces too. So that's one thing I love about Blackbirds. They're really versatile. So I got all of these in the sale. And then I actually already had these, but I couldn't leave them. So there's another copy of Sweet Land of Liberty, another copy of Midnight Watch, and I just love this border. It's so cool. Halloween Eve, I'm actually almost done with this. I'm just working on the house left and then this bottom black border. Also from the sale, I believe this has been out of print, but I believe it was just being reprinted. And this is Sisters by Blackbird. And it has a couple larger samplers in here. One thing I love about Blackbird and these books, you know, so you can see on the cover, there's two projects here, but you really don't know what all is in the book. So one time I want to film a video and I just kind of want to go through some of the Blackbird books that I have because I have a lot of Blackbird, and show you some patterns that maybe aren't as well known and advertised on the front and back of the booklets, because I feel like I've been stitching for so long now and I've been collecting Blackbirds for so long, and I still feel like I always come across a new Blackbird that I've never seen before. So I like to share that with other people. This one's really pretty that's in here, Peace and Plenty. And it's actually a Christmas chart. but you would never know that because it's not on the front or back of the booklet. So another one that's in here is Witch No More. And where are the other two? This is called At First Cock's Crow. That's one of the bigger samplers from the booklet. And that one's actually on the cover. Then there is H. Shields 1823. And this is the original one right here. Okay, so there's that booklet. So I got this. It did come with the called for fabric and floss. I'm not sure what chart that goes to. I think it might be to Witch No More. Okay. Strawberry Fields Forever. I actually did not have this one. It's part of the Magical Mystery series. And this one came with the called for floss and fabric. So it's all kitted up. And then also Away We Ride. I do have this one. And it is fully kitted with the called for floss and fabric. So I really want to stitch this probably this fall. And then what else I got from this sale? Oh, just a couple more. So we have Lesson 5 from the Cereal Bowl collection from Plum Street. And here is the fabric, or I'm sorry, the floss and the chenille trim that's called for. And then I have Hello Spring and Merry Friends. I actually stitched this one before, so I'm definitely going to list this one on the D-Stash site. And this one came with some of the called for floss. So, and then the other part of that haul, like I said, they did have a brick and mortar store, and so one of the things that I got, they had some shop models. So I did go ahead and buy some of these. So there's this. I don't remember the name of this pattern. I do know that it's a Brenda Gervais. So I think this is super fun, and I'm glad that I'm glad I have it like fully finished, and I'm glad I didn't have to stitch that bowl. I don't know this one off the top of my head. It says, "Be you to others kind and true as you would have others be to you." It kind of looks Plum Street-ish to me. I'm sure it probably is, but I don't know the name of the chart that goes with that. This is another Brenda Gervais. And this pillow might be my favorite out of all the ones I got for shop models. It is so well made. It is very firm, it's packed well, it's stitched very nicely, really pretty. I actually have that pattern and I've wanted to stitch it for a while and I just never have. This is a Blackbird. This is My Pink Rose, and it does have initials on it, but when I was talking to the gentleman who was having the sale, he said that if he didn't get rid of these and give them part, or like sell them, I guess, he was gonna end up throwing them away. And as a stitcher, I could not bear the thought of having something that somebody had worked so hard on in the trash. So I just kind of added these to my tub, so they were saved and would not end up in the trash. But I actually have this one too, and it's on my stand that I want to stitch. So I really want to stitch this one and put my initials on it, but this is a lot bigger than what I thought it was going to be. Okay, and I have two more. I have another Blackbird. And I actually stitched this last year. I have it in a navy blue frame, but it has a little pin right here, and then there are a couple more initials, but again, I couldn't bear to see it go in the trash, so I saved it. And then I'm pretty sure this is probably a Plum Street, but it is a tin finish, so I don't know the name of this chart, but it's the first one I've ever had that's in a tin. So really happy to have these. And basically what I did was I had this kind of, it's like a Rubbermaid container drawer. And when I got to the sale, he just told me to put everything I wanted in this, you know, drawer, and I just paid for everything I just showed you in like a lot. So it was really nice. It wasn't okay, well this will be $1 and this is $2 or anything like that. I just really filled up this container with lots of goodies. So like I said, I'm not keeping all of it. I actually had a couple more things that I've already sold, some just Nan charts, things like that. So if there's anything that you saw, please keep your eye out on some of the destash sites, because I'm not keeping all of this. Let my treasures become your treasures. Okay, then let me get this put away real quick. Oh, and then I also got, these are just a whole bunch of fancy flosses that were already stored in these floss away bags, and a lot of these are brand new. So I just tucked them in the bucket, and they came home with me. Okay, now I also saw a store online. I believe it's Saltbox Needleworks. I believe we're going out of business. They were offering a sale on their website last week. I might still be going on, I'm not sure. But they were offering everything like 15% off. So I went through and looked at all the Blackbirds just to see if there was anything I was missing. And I found 2 charts that I did not have. One is my friend's house. I think this is so pretty. So I really want to stitch this. It is part of the Abecedarian series. And the sentiment is just so nice. The ornament of a house is the friends who frequent it. And I just think that's so fun. This would be great for a housewarming gift. So I was really happy to have that one. And then this was a book I had actually never seen before. It's called For My Friend. And there was a lot of really fun things in here. So again, what I want to do one day is I want to just flip through, and we'll just do a whole Blackbird episode where we look at Blackbird books together. I've never seen this chart before, and it is lovely. Love one another. And one thing I like about this is what you could really do is you could alter it to make it fit your home. So obviously you can change the colors, use multiple colors, anything like that. But it's a larger piece, but I got to thinking about it, and if you wanted to, you could shorten it. So you could do love one another and just like this heart, and maybe this heart with the birds, move that up. And then you could do the bottom part right here. So you could make it quite a bit smaller if you just manipulated it a little bit, where you could take this part here and move it up, and then it, you know, would end about here instead. So I don't know, just some different options for the charts. It also comes with a couple recipes: rosemary shortbread heart cookies, and then there's a sweetheart cookie that has like an icing on it. The love one another pattern. These are cute tweet hearts, and it is a heart little pincushion with a bird. Then there is Tweet Hearts 2, which this is what they both look like together. Again, that would be so fun for a smalls exchange, or even for Valentine's, sitting in a bowl together. There is the Be Mine stocking, which is right here, and it has X's and O's on it. A table runner. It's kind of more applique. Did I miss anything else? Oh yes, this would be great for that house smalls exchange I'm going to do this summer. Our Home Sewing Box. I've never seen this one before either, and it's super cute. I think what I might do on this is I might just lighten up the color palette a little bit and choose some more pinky color, like a pinky red instead of more like a darker red, but I really love that. So okay, so I got that. Then let me show you my color and cotton. It literally just came today. This fabric right here is called Creme Brulee, and it is really pretty. It is, it's definitely a tan color, but it almost is like a warm sand tan. That's pretty true to the color right there. It almost has a little bit of a pinky vibe to it, but I really love it. It's super, super fun. And it would be a nice, I think any type of white would pop really good on that. Okay, you know what? I'm not going to keep crinkling. That's just going to have to be okay. So I get all of the floss clubs. So I'm in the 10 color club. And the colors this month are lovely. Right here. And then I love this one. This is called Red Velvet. It is a nice, warm burgundy red. Tree Lot, which is a really pretty kind of evergreen color. Raw Linen. And I want to order more of this. Oxford Blue. It is a true, beautiful navy. And we have Chocolate Cherry. The primitive colors are lovely. And the brights. Okay, so that was my color and cotton haul. Okay, last, oh, I'm sorry, I had one more thing, two more things, I'm sorry. Part of that sale was also this shaker box. And I'm pretty sure this is a Blackbird chart here on the front of the box. This box is from Lone Elm Lane, Early Wooden Wares is what the stamp says on the back. And it is a black shaker style box. And in the box, you open it up, and there are lots of cute little finishes. There is a little needle book. This is from Shepherd's Bush. And here's the inside. There is this little scissor fob, and it says Sweet Land of Liberty on the back. So cute. There is a scissor sheath that has a Santa on it. There is a wax sheep. There's a crocheted flower tape measure. This is another little scissor fob. This is from Shepherd's Bush also. And this side says home, and it has some pins at the top. And this side has a flower on it. And this is attached to a pair of Ginger scissors, and these are the Ginger designer scissors. It's a really pretty red floral, and I love Ginger scissors. Those Gingers and Kohanas are my two scissor addictions. So that was all in this little kind of sewing box, shaker box. Okay, now that is the last thing from the sale. Okay, so anyway, I had met a stitchy friend named Kathleen, and Kathleen had some Blackbirds that she had in her stash, and I had a couple patterns that she was interested in, and so we did a swap. So I got a whole bunch of Blackbirds that I had never seen before, and some that were out of print. So I'm really excited to do these. This one here is Beneath the Sunlit Sky, and it actually came with the called for fabric, and that's right here. It is a really pretty kind of gray green. The other one is called Harvest of Friendship, To Light the Way and Seaside Beauty, Two Exclusive Stocking Patterns by Blackbird. And these were ones that I had never seen before. So we have this stocking with a lighthouse on it, and then we have this one down here with a mermaid. So I'm feeling very beachy. I live in central Oklahoma, so we don't have any beaches nearby. But like I said, we're going to Florida this summer, so I really want to stitch like all the beach things right now. This other one is a Reward of Merit pincushion. It is Gathering Basket. Then she sent me Garden Borders. I love this one. And I got Bountiful Harvest. She sent me America the Beautiful. I love this one. I've wanted it for so long. I got American Star. Evening Shades in the Garden. That is a fun house. And this cross stitch and needlework catalog, or a catalog magazine, it's from July of 2011, and it has the prettiest Blackbird in here. Let me show it to you. It is called Land of the Free. And the other piece she gave me was this book here called A Schoolgirl's Work. And what this is it is a book that was produced by the Spencer Museum of Art. And it was a display that they had to share the historical schoolgirl samplers. So in the book, there are a lot of kind of antique samplers. There's a little bit of history about them, the history of samplers, and then in here towards the back of the book there are a lot of cross-stitch patterns that Blackbird had done. Now some of these were where they reproduced elements from some of these early original samplers. So we have, let me skip to the back. This one here, again, I hadn't seen any of these before. This one is called Remember Me. I look at this and it reminds me of like a Mother's Day flower bouquet. Love it. This one is called Where Flowers Bloom. It says, where flowers bloom, so does hope. This one is called Hannah's Small Basket. Polly's Sewing Box. Oops. What do we have next? That includes the little pin keep that looks like that from the previous one that went with the sewing box. Rosebud's Sachets, or sashes. So Fade My Hours needle book. Look on these flowers, so fade my hours. This is the last one. Nope, Anne's Sewing Tray, which is actually right here. So lots of good stuff in this book. If you like the history of samplers, this would be a really good book to have in your collection. Okay. Well, friends, I think that is it. This was, like I said, this was an episode with a lot of haul. So I literally think after having these new Blackbirds and the ones here that I had gotten and all the other ones that I got from the sale, I was telling Hannah the other day, I literally think I could stitch only Blackbirds for the rest of my life and I would not get them all stitched. There are a lot. And I still have in my closet, I have a magazine kind of box folder file thing, and it is full of Blackbirds, and I have 2 other big totes that are full of Blackbirds. So maybe in one of my next videos we'll do that. We'll kind of go down a Blackbird pattern parade, I guess. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you're new here and you like what you saw, make sure you like the video and subscribe to my channel. And hopefully I'll be back shortly with some more stitching and some finishing. So thank you so much for watching. Happy stitching, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.